Hey YouTube, this is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and we've got your latest tight end ranking for the upcoming NFL draft. Okay, this is going to be all about tight ends. We've got 10 players we want to mention to get you guys prepared and ready for the NFL draft and getting you ready for those dynasty drafts that you probably are drafting right after this. I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited. Hopefully you guys have checked out our other videos or other rankings. Again, make sure you check that out. Make sure you check out some of our buy and sell players that you should do right before the draft. And then, of course, we'll be updating you guys on what happens on the NFL draft, what players may be affected, what players may actually add some value, and so on and so forth. So, again, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button as well. And we're going to jump right into this. Now, tight end position is very, very unique, right? Unless you're in a premium tight end scoring system, the tight end is really Travis Kelce, maybe Mark Andrews, and everybody else, right? Like that's kind of how it works in the dynasty and really redraft world. Now, there is a great class coming into the NFL this season that I think will make some changes and hopefully add more and more value to the tight end position, where I think a lot of people are really kind of desperate, right? You got players like Juwan Johnson who came out of nowhere. You got players like Gerald Everett who kind of came out of nowhere. And then you have players like Kyle Pitts who unfortunately struggled with his team. So the tight end position, unless you get Travis Kelce, has been really challenging for all of us. Now, the first tight end I recommend, as far as my number one in ranking, is going to be Michael Mayer. One of the best tight ends coming out of college, can be an early pick this rookie NFL draft. If on the right offense, could absolutely be a top tight end in fantasy in his rookie year. And I'm talking rookie year. I'm not even talking about just down the road. Rookie year. Which for me, if he's in the right position, I think can be an absolute early second round, maybe late first round. I think there's a lot of great value in this draft, so I think you can get him in the second round of your rookie draft. He does a great job with contested catches and shows his big frame really well to his quarterbacks, letting him know that he's open. He squares up. He keeps himself from the defender and the ball. Not the most athletic tight end in this class, but he's very consistent. He's good at reading the defense. He's good at helping himself get open. And again, understanding zones, when to break routes. He boxes himself out against defenders well, and one of the more consistent hand-catching tight ends. He's not getting into his chest. He's actually using his hands, which is great. I would say my player comp for him is going to be Chris Cooley, if you guys remember him for Washington. He was actually a really talented tight end. Didn't play the longest career, but he was awesome, and he's one of the better fantasy tight ends. That's kind of where I have him as a comp. Now, my second tight end is going to be Dalton Kincaid. Kincaid really could be argued as the number one tight end in this draft, and in fantasy rookie drafts as well. One of the best route running tight ends coming in, can read zones and man defense really, really well. Was used a lot in the slot. One of those things that I would say with him is if in the right offense, he can be utilized properly. Think of Travis Kelce for Kansas City. He runs slot. Nothing wrong with that. He's that tweener type of role. He's a tight end / receiver type of build. And that's where I think Kincaid can really be the big difference maker. Good size. He uses his body really well to position himself between the defender and the ball. Does need some work on blocking, but he's an average blocker. I don't think there's anything really horrible. He can add a little more weight. I think that would help him. He's willing to drive through defenders to help the run game. Again, not the worst. He's just kind of average at that. I'd love to see him, again, gain a few more pounds just to kind of help with that muscle and kind of really in-line blocking. I think that would help add his value. But he's definitely a game changer, especially in Dynasty. I have him as a TJ Hawkinson type of comp. I think he's got that type of ability. TJ Hawkinson went top 10 in the NFL draft. I don't think Kincaid goes there. Kind of looking at where these teams are in the top 10. I don't think they're going to go after Kincaid, but I do like him a lot. Again, he can be argued as the number one tight end. Michael Mayer is a little bit safer, but Kincaid has the upside and really can be a star. Number 3, I got Darnell Washington, a very athletic tight end for his size. He's 6'7", ran a 4.6, 440. Wasn't used as a receiver very often in Georgia. Was utilized more as an additional lineman to help run or pass block. He's that kind of blocker. He's a really good blocker. Given that receiving ability, I think he's going to only become an even better tight end in this NFL. One of the best blockers for sure coming into the league. If used properly, could add some great value where he can really help dominate blocking for the running game, but also be used in the play action. I think that's where his big benefit will be. Good red zone threat, good off the ball, fake run, fake block, bam. He's on the outside. A lot of upside, could definitely be in the best offense. I don't know if he's going to be a wow factor this year per se. As far as Darnell's really career is going to be, I would say year 2 and beyond, I think is where his real value is. And I think that's why you're drafting him probably mid-second to maybe late second round in your rookie drafts. But I like him a lot. Good upside, good player. I would say similar comps to Jermaine Gresham, if you guys remember him from Cincinnati. I think that's really his comp there, that good size, good speed. I like him there at number 3. Number 4, I got Luke Musgrave, another athletic tight end, but in Musgrave's situation compared to Darnell's is he isn't that good of a blocker like Darnell Washington. He is a tight end you will have to work on his route running, his ability to work on his craft. That's something that's going to be a big must for him. Ran a 4.6 140 with a 6.6 frame, good size again, has Eric Ebron-like ability where he'll show flashes of being a really, really good tight end, can make big plays, good red zone threat, again, drawing attention, but I do worry his ability to break tackles. He's not somebody who's going to be really making linebackers miss. He's not very, very, I would say, big to the fact that he's going to run through players. He's definitely more of a guy who's going to try to outrun you if he can. He does have good hands. He's only dropped once in his college career, but of course, he only had like 40 receptions. But still, that's great. You want a tight end who's got some really good, strong hands who isn't going to drop the ball. He's going to see a lot of action in the middle. Number 5, Zach Kuntz. As much as Darnell is the athletic player in this draft who wowed people in the combine, Kuntz definitely wowed people in the combine. Ran a 4.55 40 with his 6'7 frame and 255 pounds. Has great length and a matchup threat for many defenders. Too fast for most linebackers, too big for most defensive backs. So that's where, again, given the right offense, can be a fantastic player. Definitely a mismatch waiting to happen. And again, you got to be in the right offense. Where he falters is his lack of positioning himself in zones and being able to position himself against defenders. Wasn't a great contested catch type of receiving tight end. That's kind of where I would like to see him improve. He definitely has the athletic ability of Jimmy Graham in size, but unlike Jimmy Graham, Kuntz doesn't use his size enough to really be a player who's going to get those contested catches. He doesn't box out his defender like Jimmy Graham really did well from his basketball career. And that's where Kuntz definitely has some work ahead of him. He will need to be in the right offensive scheme to really kind of see the field, but I still like him as a really good tight end. Number 6, I got Sam Laporta. Another very solid receiving tight end, has good speed with a 4.59 40 and does a great job down the field and after the catch. Does lack some strength to be a very good tight end in the inline blocking. Used more in zone and reblocking or backside. Definitely is going to be in a zone read type of offense if he's going to be utilized properly. He has had moments of drops with a 9.8% drop rate, so that does worry me. Does need to be more consistent in the contested catching area. Again, big concern. Like most things, given the right offense and strength coach, Laporta could be very good and definitely add some value in the 50 reception area. I think that's where he's going to be at. Comp, I would say, is closest to Foster Moreau, right? Foster Moreau has flashes of being a good tight end, and there's games he just doesn't show up. So that's kind of where I have him. Number 7, Tucker Kraft. Great size and athleticism, good run blocking tight end as well. A very good receiving tight end. He definitely showed promise in 2021 and dealt with some injuries in 2022, but still graded very well. Like he was one of those PFF tight ends that graded still really well. I love what he brings down the field to stretch the safeties. Does a great job getting himself open among linebackers. Hasn't shown a lot of contested catching opportunities to see how he does against, I would say, bigger safeties or in the red zone. Has Tyler Eifert style comp in the NFL. That's kind of where I see him at. Has that type of ability. Again, the depth in this class is very good. Like I said, between Michael Mayer and Kincaid, those are their own tiers. The rest of these guys can kind of mix match. Few of these guys at the bottom might be a little bit later or really be a free agent in your waiver wires. Number 8, I got Davis Allen, one of the slower tight ends coming into this draft, but he's got good size and reliable hands. Safety valve for quarterbacks and a great tight end 2 option in a 2 tight end set. Willing to get dirty in the trenches and a good inline blocker to help the running game. A very good contested catch type tight end and really adds value in the red zone with his strong hands. Isn't going to wow you on the field. He's not going to make those big stretch plays. Will make the occasional big play, but not somebody you're going to be like, wow, I need to have him on my team. Again, more of a second tight end on the team. He's got that player comp of Josh Hill, if you guys know him from the Saints. That's kind of where I see him at. But again, very good hand catching tight end, willing to get dirty in the line and help run block, help pass block. That's kind of where I see him at. Number 9, I got Josh Wiley. Saw an increase in the slot last year, allowing his receiving game to improve. Isn't going to go deep down the field and stretch it. A very reliable zone reading tight end. definitely will be able to see and read linebackers, open his chest up to the quarterback. Again, showing where he can obviously add some value there. Does show good hands and some contested catching ability. Ran a 4.69 40 at a size of 6'7". Again, a good athletic tight end. Does remind me of Kobe Fleener. That's kind of the comp I have with him. Wiley's not going to be someone you're probably going to go after in your rookie draft, but I want to mention him just in case you are in a tight end premium and he's got some opportunities. But these are guys that I'm, again, not willing to draft per se, but might want to keep an eye on waivers. Last guy is going to be Luke Schoonmaker. Great run blocking tight end, one of the best in the class. Could be a very good value for a team that is run heavy or used in 2 tight end sets. Reads defenses really well. Will always find the open zone. Again, he's someone who's going to always get open. Shows reliable hands and always looking to go upfield. Doesn't have the most refined route running or a big threat play out wide, but he's very good in the red zone. Very good play action type tight end. Has very similar comp to Luke Wilson. Again, shows some ability. He's willing to catch the ball, turn his body upfield, and go down. But again, doesn't always have the ability to be that wow receiving tight end. He's going to be a good run blocking. Again, very good, solid tight end that can get you probably 20 to 30 receptions in a season if given the right offense. So those are my tight end rankings as far as these rookies coming in. This is all about Dynasty. And I would say redraft, whole different conversation. And we'll talk about that when we get closer to the summertime. Again, hope you guys are excited for the NFL draft just like I am. I've got a lot of content coming up after the NFL draft, so stay tuned. There's going to be some buys, some selling, some players that may have valued gone up and down depending on where they got drafted. So again, stay tuned. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and you guys also hit that like button on this video. It's greatly appreciated. Also check out our other ranking for the Dynasty. We've got the quarterback, running back, and wide receiver rankings for these rookies coming into this. So again, make sure you guys check that out. And of course, any of our buy and sell videos for your Dynasty, we want to help add some value there. So again, thank you guys so much for enjoying it. Hit that subscribe button, that like button. I'll catch you guys next time.